Hello, everyone. It's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to Wasteland Talks, my weekly talk show where I talk about whatever the hell I want. And for this week, I'm doing my segment Mix and Match, where my guest picks a movie, I pick a director, and we're going to try to sell that movie to you. And joining me, one of my fellow movie club members and longtime friend and movie fan, Vinnie. Vinnie, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
And we just revealed what we each picked right before we started recording. So that'll still be interesting. And Vinny, what movie did you pick?
I picked the Mike Nichols movie Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
And I picked Stanley Kubrick. So, like, more demented this will be, I guess. It'll be interesting because this isn't one of those kinds of films that I feel like would be like outwardly like Kubrick. Um, Obviously it's a self-contained kind of drama with like a basically a four-piece cast. So very much not Kubrick. I feel like I'm trying to think what one of his films would be the closest to this, and I guess it might be Lolita, I guess, if you're thinking about like contemporary to this film and much more of like a domestic kind of film.
See, like with me, I feel like because it deals with couples and like romantic in like a romantic turmoil or
Oh,
maybe
I
not.
see where this is going.
Maybe romantic isn't the right word for this movie, so I'll say relationship turmoil, eyes wide shut.
Aha. So, or my juices are turning at this point. I feel like this would be a more contemporary late 90s set in London that might happen to be New York, but it's definitely London. Because Stanley Kubrick wouldn't leave home. Uh Kind of film. Would you pick Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise to be like the couple in this?
You know what? I was thinking about that when we started, but then I thought it wouldn't really work because I mean, if you were to cast them back like back then when they were younger, well, well, let's think. Are we talking about them at the age when they were in Eyes Wide Shut, or if we casted them now?
See, that's
Because
even more interesting because this is a
if
complete fantasy anyway. Is
be,
it an actual contemporary film? And we have Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman now.
all right, because if we casted them now, I would say they would be the Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor roles because if you casted them 25 years ago, it wouldn't work because they'd be much younger and
Mm,
they wouldn't work in terms of like they wouldn't work as the older couple because you have
mm,
an older couple and a younger couple. They I guess if you cast them 25 years ago, they could be the younger couple,
mm.
but I don't really see them as those two characters. So if you were to cast them today in like in a remake of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, directed by Stanley Kubrick,
Back from the dead.
I could see Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in the Richard Burton, Elizabeth Taylor roles.
Interesting. So is this what do we want to go with this? Do we want to make this a fantastical piece of art that couldn't happen because Kubrick is dead, but contemporary uh Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf with the two of them as the main couple?
You know you know what like I said before we started recording, it would work just about as well as casting like any other Kubrick actor and actress because it's not like he had a lot of frequent collaborators when it came to his casting. So you can really just like you can pick. It really just comes to like picking which one even has like which one could have like the slightest like similarity to the casting of Mike Nichols's movie.
Yeah, because I feel like if it was more of the time around when the actual released, and you're doing Kubrick, then I'm guessing more of like a James Mason, probably casting similar to Lolita.
That's it. Oh, you know what? James Mason as the Richard Burton role. That actually what that you know, we'll stay with Tom Cruise and Nicole
Okay,
Kidman, but I'm just saying, like that is
would be
interesting
interesting.
yeah.
So we have them as the older couple. Who do we cast as the younger couple today?
Oh, geez. Well, you know what? With no, you know what? I'm ashamed to ask because it's one. This is one of my favorite movies. But who's the actor? Who's the actor who plays the younger husband? It's like George. It's like George something, right?
George Siegel and then
George Siegel.
Sandy Dennis
Okay. Yes,
play.
I feel like George Siegel. He would be kind of. It's kind of hard to think of like who you would cast it as that because like out of the four characters, he's really like the straight man of the three of them because you know, don't get me wrong, like George Siegel, he was good in the role, but like his character doesn't really get like a lot of like the humorous dialogue. He's
Hmm,
kind of just he's kind of like just trying to hold everything together and kind of just like keep everything steady like throughout the night because you know you have Richard Burr and Elizabeth Taylor like hurling insults at each other,
yeah.
and then you have Sandy Dennis who like, you know she's like really like anxious through like in the beginning, but then like she starts to like loosen up and become funnier like because she starts drinking throughout the night, so she gets
Mhm.
her like own bits of humor like in the mix. So like, it's really like George Siegel who's like I said the straight man of the night. So like I'm trying to think. It's hard to think who could be like that person.
So I have an idea. Actual young couple, which I'm sure Kubrick would love, just mess their relationship up. Uh, Tom Holland, Zendaya.
Oh, you,
I
you know
think it would
what?
be interesting
You know what? You
because
know what?
at this point, Zendaya could do anything, to be honest.
you know what? I could see Tom Holland in the George Siegel role with Zendaya. Yes, she is a good actress, but I just I can't really see her as like well because you know like when George and Sandy first come in, like Sandy, like she's kind of like she's kind of like timid. She's like she kind of like she really doesn't know like what to do with herself in the situation. Like she's kind of just like like following the orders of like the older couple when they're like, oh no, come in, sit down, have a drink, and like she's almost kind of like just like there for there for the ride, like in in the beginning anyway, until she starts to loosen up. Like I so I just don't really know. I mean, like Zendaya doesn't really come off as someone like who's timid. Like she really is like seems like someone who's like really sure of herself and can like really like she's good at portraying like strong like characters. So like I just don't know if I could see her as like a shy type of person.
I don't know if it's because I've watched all the Spider-Man movies a lot, but that's exactly who she is. At least like
Well, I mean,
she's
I
either
saw.
like putting up some kind of like confident front in the first one with Peter, but like she's really is like an awkward, vulnerable young woman. And like I
Oh,
feel like there's that. And at this point, she's done so much in her short career in terms of range. God, of course you got it's like confidence in like something like Challengers that just came out. But I think she could handle any kind of role. I think she'd be able to handle that kind of transition pretty easy.
okay, yeah, yeah, because you know what, I've only seen like the first Spider. I've only seen the first Spider-Man that she did, and like, and you know, it's I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters, but like I remember
It's
her
been a
like,
while.
yeah, like I mean, I don't. Again, well, you saw all three movies, so you know what her arc is like. What I saw of her, like I didn't feel like she was like a shy character. I saw her as someone who's like, you know, she's like short. She's like sure enough of herself to like be sarcastic and have like a dry sense of humor and like kind of like throw in like these verbal jabs like whenever the opportunity presents itself. So like I didn't see her as someone who was shy. I saw her as someone as like like a silent but deadly type.
After you watch all three movies, definitely a lot of what you see in the first movie is a lot of a front
Okay.
that she puts up. But no, like I'm just like I feel like that would be the most logical young couple to me.
Okay.
And
So we'll stick with
I
that.
feel like there would be some kind of sick perverseness of Stanley Kubrick to want to have an actual couple and mess with an actual couple.
Well, to actually,
Like
oh no,
eyes wide shut. You know how crazy it would be for Kubrick to be like, I want to cast you two in a movie 20 years after you've been divorced.
oh my God.
This would be wild because he would push every single button in both of these like divorced relationship where I'm pretty sure Nicole Kidman hates Tom Cruise. And this young couple who was like everybody's sweetheart couple,
But
he
now
messed their day up.
but now with my with Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, like I gotta read about this again, but like I think weren't Richard Taylor weren't Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Byrne in the middle of getting divorced when the movie was being filmed?
Probably one of the multiple times that they did. Because they were together, not together, back not together. It's like a lot. So I feel like it would be very fitting to have this kind of dynamic. And I think it'd be interesting because I think Kubrick would definitely use either some uncomfortable new compositions. So like if he were to have somebody score the film, I feel like it would be because like Eyes Wide Shut, the score is creepy as hell. It's just like so foreboding, like especially during like the whole orgy sequence. Um, I feel like you would either make a really creepy, have score made that's like really creepy and unnerving, or he would just be throwing in all this classical music that would be like bombastic at you
I I
because
I could maybe think of him doing something sim like something cold like in The Shining.
you just hear start death rattles coming in. this this would definitely well, and he sure loves to show a couple in isolation
Hmm.
dealing with their family issues. And you just have like a Shining type score coming in. Oh my God. I feel like I'm trying to think like when would you set it? Would this
When?
like yeah,
Wait, wait.
would this be a contemporary story? Would this be like an updated today version of this, or would it be a period drama?
Uh, oh gosh. You, you know what? I don't want to, I don't want to give like a cop out answer, but I don't know. I really feel like he could do either one.
You certainly could. And if it was a period drama, there would be natural lighting. Uh, I'm I'm thinking I think Kubrick would have more like would have more artistic expression if this were a period film. Because like if you had it as like this contemporary or I guess the interesting thing, because like this is set around like a college, you could still have like this old feeling kind of production design. Because like if this is like a certain college where like all the buildings are still old and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm just imagining how symmetrical and creepy and cold all these shots would be. Um
Well,
in this
I mean, yeah, it takes place like around like around the like near a college,
yeah.
but it mainly takes place in like in like a house. So
Well
like
yeah. So like I don't know if it'd be like a situation because more or less this is basically a play. There's obviously they go to like a place or two outside of this house,
right,
but mostly this is a play. So I'm imagining this takes place in or around pretty famous college. Thinking this is probably going to be London because Kubrick doesn't want to leave home. So maybe like an Oxford or a Cambridge. It could be a contemporary, but it's probably going to be an older house. And he can still have fun with that kind of setting. Extreme close ups, uncomfortable, very symmetrical blocking of things. Um, it's so crazy because now all I can think of is just a Yorgos Lanthimos film because Yorgos Lanthimos is just contemporary Kubrick in a lot of ways in terms of like how he shoots films and stuff like that. But I feel like there'd be some like really uncomfortable, there'd be an uncomfortable bit of closeness in terms of just like this film. Mike Nichols really incorporated some like dream uncomfortable close-ups in this film. I would imagine Kubrick would do the same thing. It'd be interesting, maybe like long takes he might use. Um, Make it really complicated for himself because he just seems like the kind of person that would want to do that.
maybe some steady cam shots like if the couples are like moving are like moving around the house and like
Mhm.
doing little walk and talks.
Exactly, like weaving, bobbing and weaving in and out of them. Never show the floor, so you can't see the tracks. Have it angled high enough where you can't see the tracks on the floor. So I think this would be interesting, and I would actually be legitimately afraid for the actors
Oh
because
yeah, I mean like Kubrick would push all four of them to the breaking point.
and like try to get like authenticity out of them. It's just like, no, you don't need to break up these real either stir up this old marriage or break up this young couple. But he'd do it for the sake of art.
And then in terms of like writing, like he would probably write it himself because he writes a lot of his screenplays.
And it would be very loosely based off of it because Kubrick is notorious for not giving a shit about the actual source material.
That is correct.
It's just like haunted hotel, guy goes crazy, ghosts and stuff. Yeah, that's
Which
it. That's all I need.
which begs the question, what what kind of stuff do you think he would change?
He would find some more effed up stuff stir up between these couples. I feel like this would be even like more intense amount of marital issues going on here because like he would find some crazy stuff to really incorporate because like obviously you have to keep like the core revelation, right?
Mhm.
So like that has to happen because then it wouldn't be this play. Not that it would stop Kubrick, but like I feel like that's at the core of it. You have to have that reveal about Martha and George's child.
Mhm.
Like that has to be in there somewhere. I feel like he would just find like a more perverse way to like really complicate these relationships. Cause like his literally the last film that he did is a very perverse erotic thriller that is like the coldest erotic thriller you I would ever see. Because like you say, what's erotic thriller mean? It's hot, it's steamy, it's taboo, makes you feel like, oh, I'm a little bit turned on, but like we're kind of like repulsed by this. And then Kubrick just makes it like, no, you're just going to be repulsed by all of this. You're not going to feel you're going to feel dirty and uncomfortable and none of this is going to feel like this isn't like say something like I don't know, Basic Instincts or something like that. Like Kubrick, it's cold, nothing is actually sexy, and you just feel uncomfortable throughout the whole entire experience. I feel like Kubrick would really push the envelope in terms of like how dark this would go in terms of some stuff that happens between these people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like he could definitely do some like unsettling stuff with this because even like his movies that aren't even well, I mean, like the only horror movie he did was The Shining, but even like some of his other movies, while not horror movies, they do have like some like disturbing visuals, like you have the scene you have 2001: A Space Odyssey when he's going through like the time portal or whatever, and then you just have like shots of like his like face. He's like scared and like he's like scared. He's like not comprehending what's going on. You have the stuff in a Clockwork Orange. You have the scene when Gomer kills himself in Full Metal Jacket. You have you
Full
have you
metal jacket.
yes,
Just
and you have the sex party in Eyes Wide Shut with like the people in the black robes and Venetian masks. I, so like he definitely like Kubrick definitely has a talent for taking like a non-horror movie but get but giving it some stuff that can chill you.
I'm imagining so like just had a thought of a shot. You have in the foreground Nicole Kidman and Zendaya having a conversation. Nicole Kidman saying things she really should not be saying. Camera push on a perfect so like it's perfectly symmetrical because Nicole
Huh.
Kidman here, Zendaya is here, and Tom Cruise is in the back. And you just see him like white knuckling it and him just slowly start like, oh, he's gonna explode. This is gonna be an argument and just a slow camera push over
Well,
both of their shoulders to him.
yeah, yeah, he could do that, but he could do it while he like has like the while he has the shotgun aimed at Nicole Kidman, just like with Richard Burton, and
Hmm.
just like what he does to Elizabeth Taylor. You could just see like Tom Cruise like coming out from the back of the house with like the rifle and just having like a crazed like sort of smile on his face and just like I want this
That's gonna
movie.
be like the most boundary pushing performance of Tom Cruise's career in the past like 25 years.
Yes.
It's like he has not been challenged this way in a long ass time. Probably not since Eyes Wide Shut. Uh this would be such a demented movie, but I would love to see it. Even just for the fact that like this would be Stanley Kubrick's first film in 25 years. That's crazy. It's been dead for 25 years.
Yeah, yeah, and like I think it was just a few days before his death that he submitted the cut of Eyes Wide Shut to Warner Brothers, and
1999. What a year.
yep.
You guys, Vinny, do you have anything else you want to add to our mad concoction here? Stanley Kubrick's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Just well if he he's not around to make this movie, so we might as well.
Boom, there it is. Well, coming soon this Christmas, the feel bad movie of, and it's set during Christmas. Just
That's
randomly, like Eyes Wide Shut. It's
oh
set
my
during Christmas.
that is a good idea.
It's going to compete with Nosferatu for the weird feel bad movie of the holiday season.
Oh God, that movie can't come out soon enough. I'm looking forward to that.
Comes out on Christmas. Who thought that that was a great idea?
No,
Uh,
and Jordan Peele's movie was going to come out on Christmas, so that would have been an amazing
they
horror
had the
double.
same idea,
Yeah.
ruining everybody's Christmas. Hey, you want to go to a movie as a family? Yeah, Mom, let's go see Nosferatu. I did see Uncut Gems on Christmas back in 2019, and that was a stressful evening.
Uh yeah, I saw that like a few days after and just like in a packed theater and just so like so much nervous energy.
So much nervous energy. Let's throw our complete plan out. Adam Sandler and Adina Menzel. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Oh my God.
That would be interesting.
No, no, you know what? You could do like in terms of like in terms of like movie couples, whether they be real life or like played on the screen. But you could definitely do like a lot of mix and match when it comes to Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
This is Jewish edition. Adam Sandler and Adina Menzel.
It,
Oh God. And
eight crazy nights of just bickering back and forth.
oh no. But Vinny, thank you so much for coming on. This is a fun time.
Thank you for having me.
And thank all of you out there for always tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.